Food for thought.
Hey everyone, Kirsten here, and welcome to my first speed paint story time. I know this is different than my usual content, and I plan on making more content like this with animated story time videos, but I thought this story would be worth telling while I'm painting the painting this is about. So I thought this video would be a good start because this painting gave me nothing but problems. And that's why the title of this video is the cursed Friday the 13th painting, because all these problems happened when it was supposed to be a painting about bad luck. So I guess I tempted fate in that regard. So if any of you follow my comics, you know that I do have a lot of computer issues. Most of them originate with my laptop because it's not really meant to do all the hardcore Photoshop and animate videos I do. But this one was a combination of both Photoshop and my computer giving me issues. So it all started on April 13th, which was Friday the 13th. And I didn't realize it was Friday the 13th. And I did the sketch on the same day, so it was kind of a rushed drawing to begin with. And my first thought of the day was, well, nothing bad usually happens to me on Friday the 13th. It's just a random day on a calendar. So I kind of tempted fate right away. So after I made this sketch, I was thinking of how I was going to record it because I did want to make it into a speed paint video. And right away I was like, I don't want to have to get my phone up there and then have to worry about its battery and then worry about its memory and transfer to my computer. That just seemed like a lot of work. So I was thinking, hey, you know what? I got new Photoshop brushes. I want to just paint it and practice with it. And I think it'll look really good and it'll be so much easier. It wasn't. So the first major issue I had with Photoshop was there was this glitch that happened where, if any of you are unfamiliar with Photoshop, there's the hand tool that allows you to move around the canvas. Well, the brush tool, the lasso tool, the eraser tool, pretty much any tool that wasn't the hand tool was acting like the hand tool, and the more you zoomed in, the worse it got. So I couldn't do tiny details. I would just be wagging the canvas around like a weird person. And that was really irritating to me because it did kind of start the night before with my tablet. And I was thinking, well, maybe if I just use my stylus on the screen, it wouldn't do that. No, it still did that. Not to mention, Photoshop would start to lag with the brush tool. The paint wouldn't come with the cursor, so that was kind of a problem. And I'm not sure exactly what the original issue was. A friend told me that an update of Windows 10 affected how Photoshop reads tablets, Wacom tablets. But I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me on that. If you're experiencing this problem, call Adobe support and they can fix the problem. They were able to fix that with me relatively quickly. Another problem Photoshop had was it would suddenly minimize, which would stop the screen capture. And that would be very irritating because I would only get maybe 30 seconds worth of video. And you would think that this would be all the problems I had, but nope. The worst problem I had was a combination of my computer and Photoshop, where I started working on the top of the clock. And I did a pretty good job, it was fine, and then all of a sudden, my computer froze. And the reason why I believe this happened was because the computer I use isn't really meant for, again, all this stuff, all the animation and Photoshop. So it sometimes would freeze on me. And it didn't freeze to which I couldn't move the cursor or turn it off or anything, but it froze Photoshop and I couldn't draw on it. So I also couldn't save it. So I had to restart my computer and all the work I did was gone, and I had to redo it. And that was very irritating. So after I redid it, this problem happened, which was definitely the computer. The capture video didn't save. It just stopped working. And that 15 minutes of me redoing all that hard work wasn't saved. Luckily though, the first time the thing that wasn't saved in Photoshop, that video did save. So that's when I put in this time-lapse video to actually have time in this time-lapse video. And this problem continued throughout the rest of me painting this, so that's why the end of this painting feels so rushed. It's because all the parts kept getting cut out and wouldn't be saving. And this would be like half an hour's worth of work being not saved. And I couldn't put it in the video. And I really wanted the fog part to stay in this video because it's so cool to watch that, but it didn't save. And that really annoyed me. Luckily though, me doing the lighting effects at the end, that did save, so I decided to put it in the video. I think the biggest thing I've learned from this experience was don't not try something just because the road is a bit bumpy, because that's life. Don't not do something because it may be difficult. For those of you who already do digital art, you know that computers have problems. They're machines. They don't see the way we think with our pieces. They just see numbers. They just see binary. And despite all these issues, I was actually able to come up with something pretty cool. And if you're planning on doing digital art in the future, you will have problems. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You will have problems. Maybe not all these problems at once, but you will have some sort of problems. And if you do, the Geek Squad at Best Buy, #non-sponsored, will help you with that. They helped me throughout my problems and also helped me determine that I need a new computer. So just don't get frustrated with it. Just realize that it is just a machine and there are other ways of making art sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I can't not say I never get frustrated. There have been times where I want to throw my computer out a window or throw it on the ground because it's driving me nuts. And this would definitely be one of those times. Especially when you get nervous if you make webcomics like me, that gets you kind of nervous. So, anyway, look forward to some of my new videos coming out. I am working hard to make them for you guys, and it should be airing if everything's on schedule in June, or at least in the beginning of summer. So keep an eye out for that. Follow me on my Instagram, on my Twitter, on Facebook. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and have an animatedly great day.